Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You are now listening to the Mind of Antares Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. Goddamn. Flight boss, bitch. Now, we're gonna talk about motherfucking Scorpio. And what's going on right now. Now, today's motherfucking sun is in Cancer, so off the back, you kind of understand. You understand that the flows that's going. You understand that people could be in their emotional wave right now. You kind of in your feelings a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And right now, you feeling a little bit more cardinal than fixed right now. Because, you know, a lot of times you be so reserved. You know what I'm saying? You don't want people to know how you truly feel about something. You don't want people to know your emotional stance on something because you know that it can make you vulnerable. And you know for future references, when times may come up that you rather not people knows your situation about it. Now that they know your emotional stance on it, you're vulnerable and privy to that situation. And even if that situation ain't even a serious type situation, shit, Scorpio's gonna take that goddamn shit serious. Hey, I know, I'm an Aries. You know, any type of vulnerability. And with Aries, my vulnerability shown with my actions and what people see from me. So if it ain't in good taste of how I feel vulnerable. Now y'all are the yin aspect of the Mars. So what happens here is that's what y'all emotions and y'all feelings. So a lot of times this what makes y'all conservative about y'all emotions and feelings. Because if y'all go around expressing to too many people who y'all like, who y'all don't like, who y'all want to be in love, y'all go around doing too much of that to people, then it's gonna be vulnerable, and it's gonna leave you vulnerable, and it's gonna leave other people access to be able to do things in the yin realm that you don't want them to do, and that's like the sense of losing control. For like I understand y'all. Listen. It's almost like this. It's almost like you try to control things, but the way you run your life is from a yin realm. So it's like you're not really basing yourself on actions, which you are, because like Scorpio is one of the most fiery water. Well, it is the most fire water sign. So you're gonna express yourself. You're gonna act on things, right? With intensity, right? So intensity is just when you have an emotional stance on something that's bigger than what you're acting on. So that's like say I want to go beat somebody's ass, right? And an air sign can just beat your ass and stop thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? But what makes the water sign intense is because they probably been thinking about beating your ass that whole week. So that whole week of emotional rapport and energy and vibration and aura that you have around, even though you're not showing it, your face may be dry. When you finna go through the altercation with it, it's gonna appear intense by others. And others, like 98% of the world don't know themselves. So they don't know what they're picking up. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is. You're picking up a person's inner language. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what time you've seen it or not, you pick up the whole time that they had that inner energy on. So when it gets showed in the external world, it appears as intensity. It was intense. It was in a dense piece, and when it came out, it's not dense no more. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So now it's able to be picked up and received by other people who are dense. And whether other people want to pick up that and make it dense within them to the point that now they got a dense emotional stance on you based upon your intense action that you just set, that's on them. But that's 9 times out of 10, that's what intense mean, and that's why Scorpios give that energy off. That's why you have a lot of people who question that. When you have like when you come across a Scorpio who's not intense, or Scorpio who's not dark, or who's probably like just as light as a bird, or a punk or something like that, or a person who's not into anything.
Turn with your bitch on my face.
What the fuck? My bad. You get confused, right? You get confused. You're like, damn, is that a Scorpio? Yeah. Look, intensity ain't a negative thing, and I just explained what intensity is. That's all intense is. So if it's like a nerdy Scorpio, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be intensely trying to get his work done. So when he do his work, it's intense. People feel it like, dang. People feel like, dang, you want to get your work done. You just want to get your homework done, don't you? You getting down this intense. Knowing this person probably was thinking all week, if I don't pass this test or take all these notes, I'm not going to be able to pass the test. So that whole emotional report that they had builds in dense, aka intensity in you. You see what I'm saying? So you still a Scorpio, you know what I'm saying? You got to go through no dangerous situations things of that nature, make people feel that way. Like, that ain't even what it is. Now, you understand that right now, but you sliding up out of that right now. Right now, you kind of like trying to initiate feelings and emotions. You trying to initiate the way people feel right now. You kind of taking advantage to what people don't know how you truly feel about something or your emotional stance on that. You kind of taking advantage of that right now and using it when it's called for. So when a person come up and thought you liked something or thought you didn't like it and you never expressed that, you feel like now is the perfect time to do that for your own yin realm sake, behind the scenes realm sake. Like, y'all motherfuckers is crazy though. But that's the kind of power y'all got, because it's a trine. So y'all got that gift right now. Y'all got the gift of understanding other people's emotional stance on things. But not just that, y'all also have the y'all got the gift of having discernment and being able to discern right now. So don't overuse it. Same way I told Cancers. But it's their flight day. They allowed. You, Scorpio, you ain't. Don't overuse it, because you're going to get opposed against. You know what I'm saying? Now, the moon. The moon is in Cancer, so what makes you comfortable right now is yourself. But it's sliding out and it's getting into that square. Yeah, it's getting into that square. You see what I'm saying? And that square is Leo. So what happens here is... Hold on, and I'm going to make sure I didn't say a square in no other place. Oh, no, I did. Okay, yeah. It's getting into a square. So you're going to have to learn. You got to learn. You know what I'm saying? Because right now you're going to feel a little both energies. You're going to feel kind of you got the trine going into a square. You see what I'm saying? So you feel like you have the gift of knowing, right? Or you have the gift of effectively expressing what you want going on right now. But the square is things you have to learn how to take. So you're already in your feelings. You ain't got to learn that. It's going into another filler sign, which is fire. But you need to learn how to visualize and see them for what they are, so you can express it and not let it boil down to the point that you have these grandeur fucking gaffles or grudges towards others. You need to learn how to express how you feel in the moment, and not hold on to your feelings to it become emotionally attaching to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the square dilemma you're gonna go through, because Leo is a square. And anybody who have a sun sign Scorpio and moon Leo, or vice versa, have a sun sign Leo, moon Scorpio, y'all dealing with this the most every day. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you get these strange emotions. Y'all get these strange, deep emotional feelings about things, but you be unsure whether you should express it or not, based upon the people, places, and things you're around. You know what I'm saying? And that could become chaotic within a person, because a person can get fed up and just be like, fuck that, man, this is how I feel. And it comes out at the wrong time. Or a person could be like, you know what, I ain't even gonna let nobody know how I feel. And that could be the wrong time. That could be the time you need them to learn. So that's, that's what the Scorpio, Leo, Sun, Moon people end up going through a lot of times. But for the most part, that energetically from the world. If you just a sun sign, if you just a sun sign Scorpio right now, then you're gonna be dealing with a little bit of these aspects when when the moon goes into Leo, which is going to be 8 or 9 tonight, about 8 or 9 o'clock tonight, and then tomorrow is all the way in Leo. So off the back, you're going to be sitting here, you need to learn how to add some expression, add some visions to your emotional. Don't just catch a feeling and soak it in emotionally and sit there and think about your emotions like, you know what I'm saying? No, add some visions to it. Like, see them. See what happened if that emotion went that way. See that emotion of that. I know water don't really like to think about the future like that, because it ain't there yet, and it's barely even in the present. They like to think about the feelings it just caught, and since you caught the feeling already, it's in the past. But you emotionalize it, so you stay in the past. But it's good in this realm of reality, because you understand the circumference around what you need to do, so you don't have to feel that emotion again. But right now, with the moon going into Leo, not so much, because see, they're both, water and fire are fillers, but they feel in two different ways. Water feel and emotionalize. Fire feel and sees, aka visualize. So right here, when you feel these feelings, you need to see them and visualize them. Look at them, and then start to vision. What would it be if it was this way? I know it sounds future-like. I know that gets uncomfortable, but you may have to do that. And then start to act on those expressions. Act on it. You never know where it could take you. the grudge that you had with a person might not even been a grudge at all. Because as soon as you express how you feel about them in that instant, you know what I'm saying, and you didn't give yourself time to have intensity to the point that when you do express yourself to them, it be so intense and make that person be like, oh no, or make you be like, yeah, the bridge is burnt. I don't even want to be around this person no more anyway because they brought me to the conclusion that I had to express that to them. Scorpios do that too. Nah, don't do that. Try not to have no intensity. Don't build up nothing inside you, and then soon something presents itself, express it. Like, just express the way you feel about it. You never know. A person you had all this past prejudgment on could be your fucking best friend. Or be the person you end up getting married to. You see what I'm saying? So, understand that. Now, Mercury being in Cancer, the way you think, communicate, and analyze. You know what I'm saying? Off the bat, you can relate to it. You know what I'm saying? You may not relate to initiating conversations all the time. You may not relate to initiating these things, but for the most part, you understand you're supposed to show concern and discernment for what others are going through and what others are in for that nature. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, you already do that without talking too much. So a lot of times, you do that, and when you don't care, the way you express yourself, you may just not care. The other person feel the intensity that you don't care. Try to lower that down a little bit and try to act like you do care. Even if you don't, act like you care or show some concernment, because you're going to show the other person that you have them in mind and you're not too selfish or you're not too self-absorbed. So you never know. That person might be the next millionaire and be able to help you out. You know what I'm saying? And Scorpio's got the tendency to be like, I don't give a fuck if they make it or not. It ain't me. I don't even want to be in a vulnerable position that I have to ask them for anything anyway. So it's not about that. It's about what someone could do for you on their own merit, and would it make somebody feel comfortable with doing something for you, Scorpio, on their own merit. And if you do show some type of vulnerability when it comes to concern, discernment, and someone else's emotional stake on things. You see what I'm saying? Now, Taurus. Venus is in Taurus, so the way you love, appreciate, and value how you relate to others with your actions is at odds already. People looking at this like, man, this person don't know how to love, this person, or it could be a give and receive match. The way you show your actions a lot of times can help someone who desperately need love, or someone who may not understand the right prospects of love, and in the way you give it off, they receive it. So it could play out like that also. But for the most part, when we talk about, Venus being opposite to your sun, your actions, the way you're going to be seeing the way people love, relate to each other, compromise, and things of that nature, you're not going to want to act on those type of things. These ain't things you want to act on. These ain't things you want to really see. And it really doesn't matter to you. So you may jump into a lot of your own passions and a lot of your own indulging a lot of times. So, try not to do too much of that. But for the most part, you're not going to be really relatable right now. So try not to put yourself in situations where you have to be relatable or compromise. You know what I'm saying? And if you do have to do that, just get quiet. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you know what I'm saying? You more on trying to love yourself and get yourself together right now. And that's understandable. Now, alright, man. Now, alright. Today's Mars is in Cancer, so Mars rules Scorpio, so you kind of got the gift and you have a sense of your gift. So your intentions, motivations, passions, and desires right now, you have the gift of actually being able to carry out those duties and obligations, because Mars carry out the duties and obligations of the sun. So you actually have the gift. You actually have the gift of going for your motivations, actually being a support system for someone else's actions, actually understanding someone's alternative motives and their intent. So you can just look at someone, see their actions and the way they say things, and off the back see their alternative motives, see their intentions, why they're doing certain things and things of that nature. Also, when it comes to Mars being in Cancer, a lot of times it's going to get you out of your fixed rut. A lot of times when you are too conservative, Mars is going to give you, initiate something. Tell somebody how you feel. Or fuck that feeling. Feel something else. You know what I'm saying? That's what Mars and Cancer is going to do for you. Because, that's where Cancer kind of got authority over Scorpios a little bit. They know how to gain emotional stability amongst themselves a little faster than Scorpios. And even though Scorpios may not show it, inside they could be going through hell. You know what I'm saying? Cancers, if they're going through hell, you gonna know it. You gonna see it. They gonna make sure you feel you feel that hell too. So you know what I'm saying? That's the difference. But see, that's what Mars helping you out to do. They helping you get up out of your hell a little bit and get a little bit more initiative. So you know, that's what's going good right now. And then you have you're not catching no direct influences from Jupiter. So with Jupiter being in Libra, only thing you're gonna have to deal with is miscommunication, not analyzing something effectively, you know what I'm saying, or not understanding something. And that's what it's going to be a lot of your experiences you go through. It's just you're going to feel more deeply about the experiences that you go through than they really are. And you don't really need to be doing that. But but you can sit back and look at other people and feel deeply about other people's experiences that they go through and the wisdom and knowledge and experiences that they're going through and be able to think deeply to yourself. But try not to attach yourself to none of that or try to experience things with others. That's volatile, because with Libra being in Jupiter right now, a lot of your experiences that you go through is going to be with others. So you need to know how to, if you're a relatable person or things of that nature, try to just be to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And when you go through experiences, try not to experience things with others, because it's going to put you in a bad situation. It's going to put you in a situation where you experience a negative experience, because that's what your mind is already on. And if you know for a fact that your mind ain't really right now for that, don't jump into that. You see what I'm saying? You know when it's time to brood. You know when you don't need to be around Pacific people at the moment, because you may just explode. You know when it's gonna take a few days and a little bit of time before you can effectively be cheered up the way how the rest of the world is cheered up. You know that, Scorpio. You know that. Now, Saturn and Sagittarius. You're not catching no direct influence from this either. So the way you gain structure in your life is not wrong or right. You're not catching no direct influences to show you where you're wrong or right. You basically can keep doing what you're doing. If you feel like you're doing anything wrong, you can look at someone else and add to it. If you feel like you're doing anything right, you ain't got to change nothing. But you're not catching no direct influences when it comes to this. So you're pretty much all right for this week. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. Goddamn. And that's the motherfucker ending to this motherfucking shiznit.